Good morning from the Sunshine State. Broadcasting from Palm Beach County, it's the Fishing in Florida Show. Sundays from 8 to 10 a.m. on the WCET FM network. And now, here's your host, Riscala.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Well, we got an extra hour of sleep. I hope that you remembered to turn your clocks back. It's supposed to happen at 2 o'clock in the morning. I just do when I go to sleep. But the official time, I think, is at 2 o'clock in the morning. We went back an hour, so everybody should have gained an hour. And if you tuned in at without changing the time, you're already been waiting an hour for it. Oh, I just love it when they do this to us. It just drives me crazy. Anyway, welcome. It is the Fishing in Florida Show. I am your host, Riscala. It is an honor and a privilege to have you listen in this morning. This morning I have Carolyn. She is with Atlas Trax. If you want to protect what you love to the max, who are you going to call? Carolyn at Atlas Trax. Good morning, my dear.
Good morning, Riscala, and happy Sunday to all of our listeners.
You sound like you just woke up.
Let me tell you what, I changed 7 clocks in the house to make sure I didn't miss this event knowing that the clocks were changing. So not only that, I got up at 2 o'clock to make sure my cell phone changed.
Lord have mercy.
Today.
I just wish they'd leave it alone. The days get shorter on their own, and the days get longer on their own. Why do we need people getting involved? It just drives me crazy. So, I have a dog, and for those of you who don't have a dog, many dogs are on a schedule. Then they know when it's time to eat. So now my dog he normally eats at around 6 o'clock. Now my dog's going to be bugging me at 5 o'clock. And I got to rearrange everything I do during the day to make sure that I have his dinner ready at 5 o'clock. Otherwise, he's not a happy camper. Oh, Lord.
I can tell you, we've got a little Maltese, and he knows when the sun starts going down, it's time for Papa to take him for a walk. And he'll start,
it's
just
amazing.
harassing us at that time. So we'll have to see what happens today. That's all going to be a little different today.
Yeah. Did you see any trick-or-treaters?
We did not, but here's what we did. We went to them. We've got a little sporty golf cart. We got some pepperoni dog treats and some candy. We went around the neighborhood looking for kids. So,
how cool is that? Wow.
Yeah, that worked out really well. We brought a cooler, little small wines for the ladies, and sodas for the kids. And there were a lot out in the neighborhood, but we're on a dead-end street, so a lot of folks won't, without that many lights, a lot of folks won't come down this way.
Yeah, where I live is a very dark neighborhood. There's only 2, 3. I'm a half mile away from the main street, and there's only 3 There's only 3 street lights between me and a half mile, so you can imagine how dark it is. So the general rule is if the lights are on, it's probably somebody's going to give you some candy. So what we did is I went out to the sidewalk because there was a lot of people not sure if they should walk up to the house or not, and I saw a lot of that this year where people were coming out. I had neighbors down the street from me. They brought out a table and set it at the right where the driveway and the sidewalk meet, and they just set the candy up on top of that, so they didn't even have to hand the candy to anybody. Just come up and pick up what they want. There was some of that going on. There was you talked about the golf cart. This is the first time I've seen this. There was a neighbor that lives probably about 12 houses away from me. Got his kids on the golf cart. And was taking them up to one house, right up almost to the house on the golf cart. They get out, walk maybe 3 feet, trick or treat, get their candy, walk back to the golf cart, take them to the next house. Same thing. It's like, oh my gosh. It's like,
yeah, we even saw a few tables that were set up that had full bars for the older folks. So it was nice to see people out.
Yes, it was.
And to not cancel an event, which was good. I know there was a few outdoor Halloween parties, but it was just good. I mean, the kids get disappointed, so we were happy to go out and look for them.
Yep, it was a nice change. It was a nice change. You get to do any fishing?
No fishing. A lot of tackle cleaning. We were hoping to get out this weekend, but checking the seas, Riscala, it's going to get a little nasty today and all through the week. And there's a tournament coming up next weekend, so hopefully the seas will come down by then.
Yeah, well, let's see. Looking at the Wonder Map and seeing what's going on. There's a little bit of radar activity going on down in the Keys. There's not a whole lot going on anywhere else. A little north of us, up north of Port St. Lucie, a little bit of activity. But other than that, it seems to be generally clean with regard to the radar. However, the there is a gale watch in effect from tonight through late Monday night. I don't know where that's coming from, but some serious winds there, so you got to keep an eye out. And according to NOAA, let's look at the tides. The tides are 2:05 for a low tide. That's already happened this morning. 8:31, just in a little bit here, we'll have a high tide. 2:42 this afternoon will be the next low tide, and 8:39 tonight will be the final low tide. The parks, with regard to the beaches, you got to be a little careful. We're having some of this wind is picking up the water, and when we pick the water up, the waves get picked up. When the waves get picked up, the rip current risk goes up with it. So just be aware. I tell people, before you jump in the water, just take a look, and you'll see that all that water coming in, it's got to go back out somewhere else, and you just want to be away from that area. Some of the beaches that we have rocks, so just be aware of that. Other than that, it looks like it's going to be a nice day for those who want to go to the beach, those who want to fish in the backwaters, those who want to fish in the lakes. It's going to be a beautiful day for you guys. If you're going out in the ocean, it's going to be a different story. Not looking too good for the ocean this morning. I envy you because you get to cheat. You have a dock right there. So if you can't go out in a boat, you can just go out back and throw a line out in the water.
Yeah, I'm very lucky because I'm looking out the window right now. So not only without a computer, I can tell you the tide is going to be about 9:15. I have my neighbor's flags. I can tell you what the wind is. I can tell you it's sunny right now. The wind is probably 15, maybe a little bit more. And my high tide is going to be about 9:15.
Now, how do you know that?
I'm looking out the window. So I'm pretty spoiled. I can see all of that right there. And I've got a pretty good fishing spot right at the end of the dock. Wow. And my neighbor has a pen with live bait in it, so I could poach a couple of
Oh, my goodness. Wow. Do you see snook there where you're at?
Well, that's a good question. My next door neighbor has a green light, and in the middle of the night, I'll go out there and look, and it's kind of spooky because you can see them all swimming over the shadow of the light.
Yeah.
And there could be snook over there. There could be, little catfish, little baby fish, but it's kind of your own little light show as they keep swimming over top of the light. It's fun to do.
I wonder why any particular reason do you know of he uses green?
I think all of those lights to attract the snook or fish at night are green, and I'm not sure why the color, but they sell them mostly in green.
Wow. I can remember the days of going to Naples. My dad would take us to Naples. They had I don't know if it's still there, but it had a really nice pier. And the snook would be right there in the shade, right where the light stopped. And they'd come out and dart back in and come out and dart back in. So, but it wasn't green. That was just regular old light. So speaking of snook, we have the Snook Man on, it sounds like. Good morning, Robert.
Good morning.
Good morning, Robert.
Snook fishing?
Well, we were going to ask you.
Been great.
You're the golf cart snook fisherman.
There you go.
The golf cart was decorated for Halloween last night, so it didn't get to go. So.
And did you do any...
No snook fishing.
No snook fishing last night. But what about the week before?
Oh, yeah. It's been good. As a matter of fact, I'm sure everyone has noticed if you look at any of the pictures that come in on social media, but the snook fishing and redfish have been just everywhere, all over the state. So it's been great.
Excellent. Now, when you're out there, are you in a canal? That area of yours?
It's off of the Indian River.
So it's a little canal. And see, that's where I remember seeing snook. I was, I told you a while back, and my son took me out, and we caught snook out in the ocean. I was like, that was just so weird to me. I don't know why. So most of the snook that you hear being caught or seeing being caught, is it a canal thing, or is it an ocean, or is it a little bit of both?
A little bit of both, mostly inlets and river. So.
Yeah, that's what I think.
The intercoastal.
That's how I relate to them. It's down near the inlet. So I was asking Carolyn if she saw any snook where she's at, because she's right on the water and she's got a dock right there. That's the kind of thing that I remember snook hanging around, where you've got a light.
Well, they stack up in the inlets. Anything where where it funnels water through, they'll be there waiting for food. So.
Oh, wow. Well, you know anything?
Well, I'm about 3 miles from either inlet. I'm sandwiched between Boca and Deerfield. So sometimes the water gets a little brackish through here. We'll see occasionally a rogue barracuda come in here, a couple manatees. I'm pretty sure we saw a saltwater alligator in here one time. It was a while ago, but I don't dangle my toes in the water.
There are saltwater alligators. A lot of people don't realize that, and there's a whole community of them. There used to be. I don't know if they're still there. It's down in, I think it's Florida City, down in just before the Keys. There was a whole community of them down there. That surprised me to find out that there were alligators in the saltwater. It's not bad enough that they're out there in the glades.
Yeah, I grew up in Pompano. We had an alligator on our dock one morning. So
holy smokes! And that was saltwater.
Oh yeah.
Oh my goodness! Wow.
Yep.
So what can you tell us about anything, the latest in tournaments going on today?
Well, the sailfish tournaments will be starting probably in December. Excuse me. And the bite has been good already. There's the wahoo are already starting to show up. The sailfish will be right behind them. But the wahoo bite has been on, so that's a good sign. We should have a good sailfish season. So,
what kind of reports are you getting with people catching fish? What seems to be the hottest thing going?
Actually, I sat and shot a fishing report the other day with Patrick Price, and the fishing has been nonstop great. Probably in part due to coronavirus, because with the lack of pressure on the fish, or at least not as much pressure on the fish. He said he's still catching mahi up here.
Holy smokes! Wow.
They're out in about 180 feet, but he's catching mahi up here. Cobia are starting to show up on the beaches. It's all good, you know. As a matter of fact, he and I are going out sight fishing for cobia in the next week or two. He's going to call me one morning and let me know when the day is, and we're going to go. So. Do
you do any surf fishing?
Very little. I have done very little surf fishing in my life. It was just never something that interested me. If I was at the beach, I was there to play. I wasn't there to fish.
Go swimming.
Yeah.
Well, when I was in the Air Force, one of my last stations was Panama City, Florida, Tyndall Air Base. And at that time, of course, it's a while back, but the beaches were literally deserted. After all the partying goes away, which is sometime in early September, I think it is. So you could walk along the beaches literally for miles and hardly ever see anybody. So we decided one day we were going to do surf fishing. So we took our gear down to the beach, and my gosh, it was hot. I couldn't believe how hot it was. So we survived about 2.5 hours of surf fishing and realized that the reason we weren't catching anything is the water was so clear. If you looked out just beyond the breakers, there were sharks everywhere. And they were chasing all the fish.
At least caught one of those. So.
Big sharks. I don't mean like little 3-footers. These are like 5-6 foot sharks everywhere. I mean, there was like at least a dozen of them. Then we decided, okay, well, there was a place called Mexico Beach that had a pier on Mexico Beach. We decided we'd go down and fish on the pier. As we're getting ready to walk on the pier, there's this big commotion going on the beach right next to the pier. And as we get closer and closer, somebody had hooked an 11-foot hammerhead shark off of the pier. And there's people swimming out there. There's people swimming in the beach out there. So that was the extent of my surf fishing. I said, I don't think I want to be messing with this stuff. I was amazed at the fish. I saw a video last week.
I've never done much surf fishing or pier fishing in my life.
Pier fishing I've done quite a bit.
Every other kind, but I was never into standing on a pier for some reason, and I never did much surf fishing. But I've fished every canal in South Florida, I think. At one point,
I know that
I was
feeling.
Little, so.
There was
the ocean everywhere, and
there was a time
not big on pier fishing. So
there was
I don't know much about it. There are some people that do really well with it. I know that. There are people that do reports on it.
Yeah.
But I have never gotten into it myself. So.
Carolyn, you do you do any of that?
Not pier fishing, but I'll tell you, when we did the last drive up to New York, we brought fishing rods up there specifically to surf fish. We drove them all the way to New York. Every night, put them in the cab of the truck, kept them all wrapped, got up there, and those crazy hurricanes came through, and every single charter, everything was closed on Long Island when we were up there a month ago. Then drove all the gear back down and never even touched the water. But our goal was to do some surf fishing.
Well, I didn't. The one thing I don't like about. Have you ever done pier fishing, Carolyn? You been on a pier and done
No,
some pier?
not pier fishing. I've gone and watched people. The difficulty for me would probably be getting the fish from the water
Yeah.
all the way up to the pier without losing it. That
Yeah.
would be my challenge.
The what I found is a little trick. They have like a treble hook with a sinker attached to it, and then they have like a guide, if you will, like a something with I can't think of the right word, like a needle. You know how a needle is got a hole in it. It's a guide like that, and it slips on your fishing line, and it slides down your fishing line to where the fish is. Goes below the fish. Hopefully, you get them in the gills, and you just pull your fish up with that. Yeah, I learned that the hard way.
They make nets now that you drop over the side and pull them up too. So.
Oh, really? Yeah,
Yep.
because I lost a couple of good fish because it was. I mean, it's like what is it, like 20 feet? Maybe not 20. This is an exaggeration. Maybe what's like 10 feet, 12 feet from the water.
Yeah, and I'm very lucky. I live very close to both the Deerfield Beach Pier, which I go walk on every once in a while, and the new Pompano Pier has opened up recently too. So the cool thing about the Deerfield Beach Pier is there's an underwater fish cam. So you can log on and you can see what's going on underwater, which is probably a little more fun than even going out and standing out in the bad weather.
Wow,
Because you can log on and see everything. You can see kingfish under there. It's pretty fun.
How cool is that? How do you log on to that?
I would look up Deerfield Beach Pier Cam, and it'll give you a couple options. But it's neat. It's just like hanging out in scuba gear.
I love it. That's pretty cool. Wow. Well, have you got any plans on fishing this coming week, there, Robert?
Not unless Patrick calls me. Like I said, he's going to call me. He said the conditions have to be really good for this inshore or this right off the beach cobia fishing.
Mm-hmm.
So he's going to call me on a day when it's perfect, and we're going to go out and do it. Sight fishing for cobia. One of the things on my bucket list to do. So
you're going to be fishing the beaches, but okay, so you're in a boat going up to the beaches. Is that what you're doing? You're not fishing from the shore.
Just cruising along the beach looking for rays and anything that keeps cobia around. So
Cobias eat rays?
and he said then you got to pick out which one you want to cast to, and keep it away from the little ones and try to get the big ones. And
The cobias eat rays?
no, they follow them.
Oh, goes to show you how much I know.
Is that for shade or because they hold bait food for them? What is it, Robert? You know?
I have no idea. I've just always known that if you can find, especially manas, the big manta rays,
Mm-hmm.
if you can find those, there's always 2 or 3 cobia at least underneath them.
Wow.
They
What are
hang
you
out
using for
together. I don't
bait?
know why. What do I use for bait? Well,
Yeah.
you got a choice. You can either use live crabs, which they love, or you can use any sort of a tube-looking lure. They seem to be attracted to anything that looks like an eel, I guess you would call it, because even those barracuda tubes, even those work.
Wow.
I've used those actually very successfully. But if you've got live crabs, there's nothing better because that's their go-to meal. They love little crabs. So
Are you going to be fishing with an open bail kind of?
we're going to be fishing with spinning reels. So
Yeah, spinning reels. All right. And what kind of
Yep.
line?
the one I take has got 30 pound on it. It's a 5.0 reel. It's a 5,000 series reel with 30 pound on it.
So when you set
That
up
sounds
when you set up the fish for these guys, do you have a leader? Because I know that they're very fast fish.
Yeah, but they're not big on chewing through things. So normally I just use fluorocarbon leader. So
Mm-hmm. A crab, a little fluorocarbon leader, and there you go. No sinkers, right?
Yep. Just enough weight to be. No, the weight would all be in the lead head that you hook to the crab. Just
Oh, I
enough
see. Just to
be
get
able
it down.
To cast it.
Yep.
So
Wow.
And you guys are in really shallow water, right? You're just up on the beach.
we're with 15 to 18 feet of water
Oh,
off
Wow.
the beach.
I think
that's
I,
fun.
no, I
it's
think
almost
we were a
like
little
casting
deeper.
for permit.
We were a little deeper when we were
Yeah.
fishing for the snook. It was a little deeper than that. But I was amazed at how clear the water was. I could look down there and see all these fish, and I thought, oh my gosh, it was like a kid in a candy store. The bummer part is I couldn't get to take any of them home, doggone it. I'm still having issues with that, and that's like, what, 2 months ago? Never had to throw a fish away that I could eat. Oh, God, that was so hard for me. All right, my friend.
It's terrible.
We're out of time in this section, but before we go, those of you who may have a story to send in, you can do that if it falls into parameters. How do people do that, Robert, and how do they find the Florida Fisherman magazine?
Well, the next issue that we put out will be the first week of December. It will be the holiday issue. So if anybody wants to send anything in, send it to pages@flfishmag.com. And the magazine is at www.flfishmag.com. I don't know that we didn't get a chance to discuss this much, but the FWC person that died last week was a friend.
Oh.
Her name was Dana Katz. There will be a tribute to her in the magazine. I've gotten a hold of her boyfriend and her family. There will be a big tribute to her in the magazine. She was actually our first contest winner back in 2014 when we used to run fishing contests. Dana was a great lady and a marine biologist with the FWC, and she passed away last week in a very unfortunate boating accident. So
I had heard about somebody dying in a boating accident. I didn't know who it was. I just heard there was a boating accident and there was a fatality regarding that. Wow. Well, condolences to the family, and sad news. Sad to hear that. But appreciate you bringing it out and giving her the moment of recognition. Thank you. Appreciate that, Robert.
Yeah, she was amazing, amazing fisherman.
Yes, she was. Yes, she was. Just absolutely incredible. Lived on the water. She was a marine biologist by schooling and spent the rest of her time as the mate on her boyfriend's boat. Just great people. Her and Kyle. Kyle Shea was her boyfriend. He's a charter captain down in that area, and just really super nice people. And it's just a horrible tragedy. So.
Wow. Sad to hear. Condolences to the family, prayers for them, and comfort.
But yeah, if anybody wants to send anything in, that's where to send it. The next issue will be December the 5th. And you guys have a great week.
Robert, thank you.
Robert, have fun fishing.
Appreciate it, my friend. God bless you. Wish you an awesome day.
You too.
You're listening to the Fishing in Florida show with your host, Fiscala Stevens. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
To parenting, there are no perfect answers, but that's okay because you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Teens in foster care will love you just the same.
For more information on adoption, visit adoptuskids.org. A message from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
Do you need toner for your Epson, Hewlett-Packard, Canon, Brother, Apple, or Sharp printers? Look no further than Laser Technologies. In business for over 20 years, they offer the lowest prices on toner on the web. They can also repair your laser printers and toners fast and easy. Call their expert staff today at 561-792-9600 or email us at service@laser-technologies.com for all your toner needs. All toner is shipped nationwide. Why wait? Get the lowest prices on toner. Call or email us today.
Being a dad is an adventure full of special moments.
A cruise?
Right!
Unexpected moments.
I got this.
And even awkward moments.
Okay, Dad, thank you.
But every moment you spend with your kids, even the smallest moments, can make the biggest impact on your child's life. So take a moment to be a dad today.
Everywhere you look, people are talking about CBD. That's why it's such an exciting time to experience HempWorks, the best-selling, most in-demand line of premium CBD oil and CBD products for your health and wellness. Founded by entrepreneur, executive, and business coach Janice Wagle, HempWorks premium quality standards can be found from the top down and across the organization. From hemp farms to clean extraction methods to safe bottling, every step in our production process is vetted, monitored, and traceable, literally from the ground up. Thanks to our unique tracking system on the side of every HempWorks CBD tincture, We can track each batch of CBD oil all the way back to the farm it came from, all to ensure that you are offering safe, effective, and high-grade CBD products.
For more information, go to mydailychoice.com/red pill. That's mydailychoice.com/red pill. And you'll find a whole variety of products available for you.
GTG, BRB, OMW, be there in a few. You may think that these kinds of texts are fine because of their length, and you can easily send them at a stoplight. But no, answering one text can take your attention away from the road for 5 seconds. And traveling at 55 miles an hour, that's enough time to travel the length of a football field. Make good decisions, don't text and drive.
While other stations just talk a good game, we win it.
Hey, sounds like somebody's having a lot of fun.
I grab my fishing pole and cast it in the water. I fish until dawn. Oh my, I caught a shark. I'm fishing and blowing on when the sun shines all day. It just calls me a grouper. So I'm fishing and blowing on. Oh yeah, fishing and blowing on.
Good morning from the Sunshine State. Broadcasting from Palm Beach County, it's the Fishing in Florida Show. Sundays from 8 to 10 a.m. on the WCET FM network. And now, here's your host, Riscala.
All right, we are back. It is the Fishing in Florida Show. Good morning to you. If you're just joining us, we will have archives set up, and the way to find them is to go to the Fishing in Florida Show on Facebook. You'll find a link there. The archives are on YouTube, but I'm still working on trying to figure out how to how you can go on YouTube and put Fishing in Florida, because if you do that, you get a bazillion results, and none of them are us. Anyway, this morning I have Carolyn. Carolyn is with Atlas Trax. If you want to protect what you love to the max, you got to talk to my friend over there at Carolyn. Welcome back. Over there at Atlas Trax. Carolyn, good morning, and welcome back.
Thank you very much, Riscala.
Still waking up. Still getting,
I'll tell you what, during the last break, I went and I did a couple laps around the house. Everyone's still sleeping, so I looked a little weird with some jumping jacks on the front porch, but I'm ready to go. Now it's nice out.
I could see one of your neighbors. All right, there's this crazy lady. She's out there exercising again.
Oh, that would be nothing compared to the weird things that I've done in the neighborhood. So,
oh, my goodness.
That's all right.
Yeah, well, so as I was telling you earlier, I found something, and it's hard to beat this, but I actually found something that is better than Atlas Trax. It's called the Trunk Monkey. Now, if you don't know what the Trunk Monkey is, go on our Facebook page, and you'll see the Trunk Monkey is an advertisement for an auto group called the Suburban Auto Group. It is some of the funniest, most cracked up stuff that you've ever seen using a monkey. The particular one that I put up on the Fishing in Florida show is where a guy tries to break in a car and there's a monkey in the trunk. As he's trying to hotwire the car, the monkey comes out of the trunk through the back seat and bangs the guy in the head and drives off and up to a bridge and then throws him over the bridge. It's pretty funny. It's pretty comical. So the only thing that is better than Atlas Trax is to have a trunk monkey. So if you don't have a trunk monkey, you got to have an Atlas Trax. And we talk about this young lady that was involved in this accident. You know any of the details about that, Carolyn?
Yeah, I do. Actually, her boyfriend is a very amazing man. He is an Atlas Trax customer. He's also one that donated his boat every year for the Crossing for a Cure as a support boat. He hauls people over there with their paddle boards and then follows them 16 hours back for that 80-mile paddle event.
Wow.
She was a biologist, and they were in one of those little John boats close to the Boynton Beach area. There's 3 of them in the boat. They hit a submerged concrete piling, I believe, and unfortunately she was ejected. So amazing angler. She was always out there, always smiling. She was part of the Crossing for a Cure as well. And amazing girl. Maybe we'll post up a little picture of them. He did a nice posting the other day.
Get a little tribute for her. I don't want to harp on something that's so sad, but it is part of our lives that anytime, wherever we go, whether that's in a boat, whether it's in a plane, whether it's in a car, whether it's on a train, it doesn't really matter. Wherever we go, we know there's a degree of chance of something not going as planned. And particularly my focus is out in the water, because in the days that I had my boat and we went out, I would not do that again. Knowing, having knowledge that the technology exists, that God forbid something goes wrong, I can be found very quickly. I would not have gone out there without it. I would not have, because even though we were extremely fortunate, and generally speaking, most people are, these kind of things are extremely rare, thank you God, but they happen. And just like when you put a seatbelt on when you get in a car, you're not planning on getting into an accident, but you want to do what you can to protect yourself. The same thing with Atlas Trax. For me, my favorite thing of the Atlas Trax is I call it the personal tracker. You can completely, totally portable. You can take it where, I don't know, where can you not take it, Carolyn? Where can't you take it?
Let me tell you what happened this week. We had a customer that has a boat. He has a tracker. He decided to buy himself a 59 Corvette. He took the tracker off the boat, sent it up to Illinois, put it in the trunk of this beautiful 59 Corvette, and tracked the car all the way back. Yesterday it was in Orlando. So there's a perfect need. He wanted to make sure that beautiful vehicle made it down here. And that's the portability and flexibility of it. We had another customer who started his trip from Morehead City, North Carolina a few days ago. He has one of our solar trackers on his boat. So we've been keeping a kind of float plan on him the whole way down. And, he made it to Charleston, South Carolina. Then he made it to Amelia Island. Then he made it to Cocoa Beach. And that was an 800-mile trip that he and his family and ourselves could track him and make sure he got here okay.
See, that's what I don't know which one you're talking about that he had, but that's why I like the portable one, because you're not tied to anything specific. It's not mounted to anything. It's absolutely portable, self-contained, self-powered, and you put it in your back pocket. You're going to go on a fishing trip. You're going to go out on one of the head boats. It's extremely rare for a head boat to have a problem, but what if? There's always that chance. What if? So what does it take? It takes like $1 a day to protect you, and the trackers are relatively inexpensive when you look at the overall schema. How much is your life worth?
And even these, you mentioned head boats. I'm going to be meeting with Trey this week. We're doing a Take Kids Fishing thing on a head boat that's out of Dania Beach. And how many people are on those? I mean, what a great thing for them to permanently have a tracker on one of those boats, so that if guests want to check in and their families are coming back to the docks. And this particular head boat goes out even for 2 and 3 days at a time.
Oh, wow.
So it's a perfect opportunity for something like that. We're coming into the snow season. It's snowing in Washington. We've got the same exact tracker, the little portable one, that are mounted on dashboards of snow grooming equipment. Those guys go out in the dark, in the blizzards, and oftentimes drive their equipment unknowingly right into a lake and break through the ice. So for safety, it's just something that's so easy to, it fits. You've seen it. It fits in your pocket.
Yeah.
2 inches by 3 inches by ½ inch tall.
You brought up snow. How many times are out there people snow skiing, and God forbid an avalanche breaks in or a small one breaks out, and you get buried 5 feet below the snow, and everything looks the same. It's like being out in the water. If you've ever been out in the water in a boat and had a thunderstorm come up on you, where it's just pouring rain all around you, everything is just, you can't tell which way you are. If you don't have a compass or some way of understanding what direction you're in, you're lost. It's the same thing if you're out there and you're 5 feet under some snow. How does that, just out of curiosity, I think I know the question, but I want to ask you to make sure. You're under some snow. Can they still locate you?
Yeah, this tracker actually, because the snow is so porous, it will be able to underwater, which is very dense, down to about 10 feet, which hopefully we're not down 10 feet. But snow and things like that, a typical, avalanche is going to be probably 10 feet on top of you. It will still ping through snow.
Yeah. So it's amazing technology, and it is extremely affordable. And again, my preference is the little guy, the little portable one. You can get more sophisticated as there's different ones that Carolyn has, but my favorite one is, again, because you're not permanent. You're not stuck to anything. Take it wherever you want to go. If you're going to take a trip in your car and somebody's going to be concerned about you, you put it in your back pocket and you take your trip, and they can tell where you are. They can tell, what city you're in. I wonder, I'm just curious now, just strictly curious, can they tell How fast somebody's going?
Yes, that's a very good question. So we program it for speed and heading. Why is that important in boating? Well, if somebody is running back from the Bahamas and overdue, family members can see if they're doing 20 or 30 miles an hour and can figure out how many miles offshore they are. If they're trolling, here's a real good thing. If they're trolling and doing 7 or 8 miles an hour, then all of a sudden they go down to 1 or 2 miles an hour and they forget to mark a fish, they can figure out pretty good that that's exactly where they caught that wahoo. And, for example, Trey from Big Dog, I did a little seminar for them last week. Here's the funny thing, Riscala. I left a tracker at the event because it was dark. I didn't clean the table. They called me the same day and said, I forgot it. And I said, take the tracker with you. Well, wouldn't you know, Trey took it out fishing the next morning, caught a wahoo right outside of Boca Inlet. We could tell he was less than a mile offshore.
Wow.
He's like, this is the greatest thing ever. I had no idea it had so much information.
All right, so now the kids are not going to be happy with me with what I'm about to suggest. If you've got a younger driver, teenager, get one and make them take it with them wherever they go. You can tell where they're at. You can tell how fast they're going. It was a heck of a safety incentive to be safe, because if they know that you're not going to be able to hide from mom and dad. They're going to be able to tell how fast you're going. They're going to be able to tell where you've been. They're going to be able to tell what time you've been there, how long you've been there.
Yes.
That's just an idea that just came to mind. I mean, I know when I had mine and they had their first car, I was constantly worried. Oh my gosh, where are they going? Where have they been? What are they doing? And when are they coming back? So it's just an idea. There's so many applications for these things. It's just an idea.
I'll tell you a real funny story is I'm not a very good skier, and I will take them with me when I go skiing. So you'll see the tracks because they draw lines up and down where the lift line is if I go back and look at my trip. And all of my speeds are like 10 miles an hour because I'm too afraid to go fast. So I'm always the slow plow going down the mountain, and it shows on my tracks how slow I'm actually going. So that's pretty funny.
Well, endless applications. My next piece of technology that really kind of tickles my ear is the hotspot. You can have this what I call high. Is that what it's called, Carolyn? A hotspot?
Yeah, it's a satellite hotspot. Creates a satellite network with up to 5 devices: laptops, computers, phones.
So how many times have you been in an area, and it doesn't happen just while you're on a boat. There's places on land where the cellular service is the pits. Excuse me. I think of like when we went to Virginia out in the mountains. It was almost impossible to get cell service when you're down inside the valleys and stuff. You have one of these things with you, and it doesn't make any difference. Am I right?
Yeah, that's correct. All you have to do is turn on the device. The battery lasts a pretty long time. Turn on the app that is free on your phone, and your phone acts as kind of your own satellite. Like I said, satellite network. So you can make calls, you can do text, you can surf the internet with a decent speed. What other good things? A lot of people will use it for social media. These captains that are out there that just caught a nice big fish want to bragging rights right away. So they'll use it for that. And it has an SOS button on it. So in the event that there is an emergency, you hit the button, and your emergency contacts get automatically notified. And you can even pay for inexpensive service for helicopter extraction. So that's a couple bucks a month, I think.
Now that is amazing. Wow. So it's kind of like who's that? Ceto. It's kind of like Ceto, but it's a helicopter, right? Ceto's out there to help people if they get stranded. Here you can call a helicopter. That's amazing.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, I've got I did pay for the service, and for my Sapphire, which I'm getting back actually from this customer that just did that long trip, and I always am worried about if I press that button, who's going to show up, but you only want to press that button if you've got an emergency taking on water and you can't get to local Coast Guard, or a medical emergency is more what I'm thinking about.
Mm-hmm. Well, you know what? I love fishing because it takes me away from technology, because we're just saturated with technology. But here's the importance of this. Is a great example of how important technology can be. You have something like this with you. What I can't think of the right word. What a safety factor that you would have. What a peace of mind for those that are concerned about you. Whether you're in a boat, what are you going to take a trip on a plane? You're going to go travel to another country, or you're even going to. That's a good point there. Anywhere in the world, right, Carolyn? It doesn't matter. This isn't just for the United States, right?
Anywhere in the world. So if you do a little trip, business trip anywhere in the country or out of the country, sure, you could take that with you. It'll be anywhere in the world.
So those people who travel frequently and they have to leave family behind, and now here's a question that I just thought about. What happens if you have it on and it's inside the aircraft? Does it affect the aircraft at all?
I don't believe it affects the aircraft navigational equipment, but if it's in the aircraft and that high altitude, it won't work as a device. Mm-hmm. But as far as affecting any of the electronics, I don't believe it does. We have two hotspots. We have another hotspot that's really handy that actually customers can use in the airplane up to 10,000 feet. And why is that important? Well, a lot of them are, trying to get to the Bahamas, as we know, or get up to Michigan to go hunting in the next couple of weeks, and they still need to be in touch with their offices. So anything below 10,000 feet, you can actually use this other device that's on a different satellite network called Iridium. And same concept as the first hotspot, it's SOS buttons. You can text, phone, call, surf, all of that. And they're both similar, but they just have a couple little tweaks and differences. So we're pretty happy to have be able to accommodate everybody.
Wow. Well, if you want more information, you can find it online. It's Atlas Trax, and Trax is Trax, ATLAS, Atlas Trax, Trax.com. You can find more information there. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back. You're listening to the Fishing in Florida show this morning with Carolyn and Riscala. Don't go away. Here we go.
You're listening to the Fishing in Florida show with your host, Riscala Stevens. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
When it comes to parenting, there are no perfect answers. But that's okay, because you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Teens in foster care will love you just the same.
For more information on adoption, visit adoptuskids.org. A message from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
Thinking of moving? Before you do anything else, call Diane Whittick. She provides a concierge service. Things like having your home or condo packed and shipped. Even take care of your home repairs or upgrades. Diane has the expertise to get it done. As a seller, you will have constant contact. She will furnish you with bids on any services that might need completion. Air conditioning, plumbing, handyman, and even cleaning. Living up north and have a home to sell here in South Florida? Just give her the keys, address, and a signature. Your payment will be wired when the property is sold. That's right, Diane does it all. Thinking of buying? Diane has great listening skills. Tell her what you want, give her your budget, and like a genie, she will make your real estate wish come true. There's no regrets when you choose Diane Whittick. To reach Diane, call 561-247-5478. That's 561-247-5478.
Do you need toner for your Epson, Hewlett-Packard, Canon, Brother, Apple, or Sharp printers? Look no further than Laser Technologies. In business for over 20 years, they offer the lowest prices on toner on the web. They can also repair your laser printers and toners fast and easy. Call their expert staff today at 561-792-9600 or email us at service@laser-technologies.com for all your toner needs. All toner is shipped nationwide. Why wait? Get the lowest prices on toner. Call or email us today.
Do you have an unusual pet? Did you know that the Rainforest Clinic in Loxahatchee specializes in exotic pets? They see pets that other vets don't. Parrots and chickens, ducks, geese, turtles, snakes, goats, pigs, lizards, and even monkeys. Are you a beekeeper? Dr. Clubb, the first of her kind in the area? Yes, she takes care of bees as well. Dr. Susan Clubb has decades of experience and known around the world for her reputation as a premier avian vet. Located at 3319 E Road in Loxahatchee, just a short distance north of Okeechobee Road, you will find a modern clinic with in-house labs, which allow you to get your test answers quickly. You can find them online at www.susanclub.com. That's www.susanclub.com. Or you can reach her at 561-795-4878. It's Dr. Susan Clubb. That's 561-795-4878. The Rainforest Clinic located in Loxahatchee. 561-795-4878.
Want to give your pet the celebrity treatment? Have you heard of Holly Wolf Pet Grooming and Care in Royal Palm Beach? They're located just off State Road 7 and have been servicing the area for 14 years. Holly Wolf Pet Grooming and Care is the home of the Blueberry Facial, also specializing in tartar removal with 8 years of assisting in dental procedures. Holly Wolf Pet Grooming and Care? They're more than just about dogs. They are the only experienced cat groomer in the area. They also cater to all breeds and sizes and open 6 days a week. Holly Wolf Pet Grooming and Care, located just north of the Super Walmart in Royal Palm Beach. You can find them at 250 Business Parkway. They specialize in shampoos with no extra charge. Flea and tick dips also available. Holly Wolf Pet Grooming and Care. You can give them a call at 561-793-9992. They also provide gift certificates for those looking for that special present. Holly Wolf Pet Grooming and Care. 561-793-9992.
Everywhere you look, people are talking about CBD. That's why it's such an exciting time to experience HempWorks, the best-selling, most in-demand line of premium CBD oil and CBD products for your health and wellness. Founded by entrepreneur, executive, and business coach Janice Wagle, HempWorks premium quality standards can be found from the top down and across the organization. From hemp farms to clean extraction methods to safe bottling, every step in our production process is vetted, monitored, and traceable, literally from the ground up. Thanks to our unique tracking system on the side of every HempWorks CBD tincture, we can track each batch of CBD oil all the way back to the farm it came from, all to ensure that you are offering safe, effective, and high-grade CBD products.
For more information, go to mydailychoice.com/red pill. That's mydailychoice.com/red pill. And you'll find a whole variety of products available for you.
This station is now the ultimate power in the universe.
We have ignition. Strap in. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Fish until dawn. Oh my, I caught a shark. I'm fishing and blowing on. When the sun shines all day. They just call me a grouper. So I'm fishing and blowing on. Oh yeah. Fishing and blowing on.
Good morning from the Sunshine State. Broadcasting from Palm Beach County, it's the Fishing in Florida Show. Sundays from 8 to 10 a.m. on the WCET FM network. And now, here's your host, Riscala.
All right, we are back. It is the Fishing in Florida Show. Good morning to you if you're just joining us. You will be able to find an archive, and that way is if you go to our Facebook page, look up Fishing in Florida, and you'll see a link to our archives. There's several different ways you can listen to us. The easiest of all of those is we have a free app, absolutely free. There is no spyware. There is no adware. There are no push notifications. You know, a lot of times when you download an app, you agree to their terms and services, and part of the terms and services is we're going to watch what you do, and if you go looking for fishing equipment, we're going to inundate you with ads about fishing equipment, that kind of thing. You won't find that with our app. I did that on purpose. The only thing with our app is it just allows you, it does one thing and one thing only. Maybe that's the best way to describe it, and that it allows you to listen to our network. So if you have the app and you tune in at 8 o'clock on Sunday mornings, you'll hear us. If you have the app and you tune in at another time, you're going to hear whatever show that is on our network. We have a wide variety of shows on the network, by the way. And if you want to know more about that, you can go to www.wcetfm.com. And it's our home network website, and you'll see a whole bunch of, a whole wide variety of shows there. A big thank you to Marina Rock Radio. Marina Rock is one of our affiliates. I am ever so grateful for their permission to use their servers. Marina Rock happens to be Yacht Rock's sister station. They're out of Miami. Now, if you have the TuneIn app, you can find us on the TuneIn app if you have the TuneIn app. And the way to do that is to go to Marina Rock Radio on the TuneIn app, and you can find us that way. Another way you can listen to us is if you go to our Facebook page and you click on Contact Us. What will happen is you'll get a link to our live server. you can listen to us that way. So on the web, www.wcetfm.com, there's a player there. On Facebook, Fishing in Florida Show, click on Contact Us. If you have the TuneIn app, go to Marina Rock Radio. A big thank you to Marina Rock Radio. Go to Marina Rock Radio. You can find us there. The easiest of all of them is download our app. Absolutely free. No catches, no ads, no spyware, no push notifications. Just a simple way to listen to our network. And let me welcome back my co-host. That's Carolyn. Carolyn is with Atlas Trax. If you want to protect what you love to the max, this is the young lady you have to speak with over there at Atlas Trax. Welcome back, Miss Carolyn.
Thank you very much for having me on Sunday, Riscala. I feel really wide awake right now.
You had some coffee. You had your bucket of coffee already?
I think a trough of coffee.
And intravenously fed.
Oh, and a couple slaps in the face I gave him myself.
Oh, my goodness. All right, well, let me see. I think we have Joe Hatfield Farinelli on. Now, Joe is with the Fish for the Cure tournament. He's going to tell us a little bit about the latest that's going on. I think this is kind of around the corner, if I'm not mistaken. Welcome. Good morning, Joe.
Good morning, Riscala and Carolyn. How are you this morning?
Not bad, Joe. Thanks for calling in. I know we missed the spot last week with you, but we filled it. We told everybody about the tournament. We'd love to get firsthand from you.
I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Yeah, it looks like we've got a little front coming in, and obviously we're all anxious to see what's going to happen with that. But we do have our captain's meeting and silent auction at the Sands Harbor from 6 to 9 on Thursday the 5th, and we're all very excited about that.
Go ahead, Carol.
So tell a little bit about what the tournament's for, and that the proceeds are going to, how many boats you expect, what kind of fish we're catching, all that kind of good stuff.
Okay, very good. Well, thank you. Again, this tournament is the inaugural event. It's benefiting the American Cancer Society, and there will be a sailfish division, and then the standard meat division, which consists of wahoo, kingfish, tuna, dolphin, and of course cobia. What again this tournament means to us and of course everyone out there, it's to generate as much awareness to the community and obviously bringing the fishing community together to help benefit the ACS, which of course is the American Cancer Society. So as I mentioned prior, I was approached last year at Making Strides, an event we have here in Fort Lauderdale, and they came to me and asked me if I'd like to help put something together to again raise some benefits and obviously some money for the association. So it's been a trying year for us all, with everything going on with the pandemic, and it's folks like you, Carolyn, and Riscala and the community that have helped really put this thing together, and many of our sponsors. So we're very fortunate, in a short time to be able to put this event together. And of course, Sands Harbor's hosting the event, and of course Atlas Trax, Dennis Friel, Papa Pilar Rum. We've got one of the local Taekwondo studios, Parks Taekwondo, and of course, we have Front Runner Boats, which is kind of coinciding with their grand opening VIP party that they're having this weekend. And we have a host of and a variety of other sponsors involved as well.
And now this is happening this coming weekend, correct?
Well, we certainly hope so. As I said, with this front that's moving through, I've been watching the weather closely. So we're gonna, as we get closer to the event, the fishing tournament on Saturday, we'll make a determination, and of course, safety comes first, and we'll see what happens with the weather and kind of go from there.
If you, God forbid, but if you have to postpone it, how long off do you think will it be the following week, weather permitting?
Well, again, we have several. It's tournament season here in South Florida.
Oh, that's right.
So we don't want to. And Carolyn had asked. We have 14 boats right now, and then of course at the captain's meeting, generally you have about 30 to 40% of the people that wait till the last minute to sign up because again they're waiting to take a look at the weather as well.
Yeah.
So again, we don't want to step on any toes or have anything coincide and counteract with another tournament. So again, Mother Nature dictates everything, and we're just blessed that as I said, the community's come together, and we're going to make it a great event Thursday night at the Sands, and we'll see what happens, as I said before.
Well, we'll be making sure we put it down in our prayers that the weather is good and everybody enjoys themselves. And, of course, everybody wins. So it's that kind of thing that I love to promote this kind of thing. Everybody wins. No, not a loser. Can you think of a loser, Carolyn?
No losers on our show. Everybody in the fishing community goes out of their way to help other people, which is amazing. And even, whether it be a kids tournament, a wall tournament, something like Joe's doing to raise money for, American Cancer Society. And the real cool thing is, I'll have Joe give the info, is anybody that goes to Fishing for the Cure, they can donate. We still need auction items for Thursday. They can make a donation in cash that goes right to the American Cancer Society. So all of the proceeds go there. There's, we're trying real hard as a cancer survivor myself to raise as much money and awareness as we can for future research. It's so important. And Joe is just working like a dog in between really his real job and keeping me online and helping, get out there and meet with potential sponsors. Joe, thank you for busting your butt to do this tournament.
Well, I certainly appreciate it, and your help's been very appreciated as well. And it does take a lot to put something like this together, but as we all know, it's everybody wins, like Scala says. And you can go to just as the show is, you go to my Facebook page, and there is a link there to indicate and to guide you to being able to register for the event, as well as donate, as you said. But we really like to have the community come out, because we've all been kind of unable to get out in social events, and we've taken the precautionary measures, of course, as far as social distancing. And it's just going to be a lot of fun Thursday night. We've got a slew of products and items to bid on for the silent auction, which, of course, all the proceeds go to the American Cancer Society as well. And, I want to mention, my co-chair, Lisa Ferreira, and, of course, the people that are involved at the American Cancer Society, a young lady named Trudy. And, it's just, people like you, Caroline, that run around and with your job as well, or shall I say jobs, because I know you're a busy gal.
She is.
It just so happens I was sitting in Custom Rod and Reel with Jordan Smith a couple weeks ago, and Carolyn and I hadn't met yet, and I was sitting in the office back there, and all of a sudden she comes rolling in, of course, full of vibrant and full of energy, and starts telling me about all the things that she's doing. And then I said, hey, my name's Joe Farinelli, and she said, well, it's finally good to meet you. So it brings us all together, and as I said, in a tough time, it's nice to be able to meet new people and get together and make this event happen and raise money and awareness for the American Cancer Society. So we're all blessed, and as you indicated several times, everybody wins.
Amen. My kind of thing.
So Joe, can you tell us what is the entry fee? I mean, we have a good local audience here. What is the entry fee? Can they enter up until the day of the captain's party? Can they enter up into the day of the tournament? Can you tell us kind of a little bit of quickie about the rules?
Certainly. What we have is basically we have, 14 teams that are going to be all, going out of Hillsborough Inlet. And it's basically a 7 a.m. start, lines in, 3:30 lines out. And what we'll do is, we'll work on an honor system. As I mentioned, we have the sailfish division and then the meat division. So, everything is just like any other tournament that we have down here in Florida. It's just, kind of, again, everyone's just, out there to have a great time. But, more importantly, we're all, out there to catch some fish.
Yeah. Get a little bit of dinner and at the same time help other people.
Well, I definitely can't wait. I mean, it's an event that takes so much time from everybody. Like every other guest that we have that's doing something for good. So, Joe, I really appreciate you. Anything that we can do to help, we'll do another post up here on the our Facebook page for the radio show, and see if we can raise a last-minute money for the next week.
Well, we appreciate that. And Rascala, thanks again for having this show for us all. And Carolyn, of course, both of you, thank you for having me on today. And I look forward to seeing you and everyone else Thursday evening at the stands for the silent auction and captain's meeting.
Well, thank you, Joe. Appreciate that.
Do you want to give out all the Facebook pages where people can go see, and your phone number so people can contact you if they have items to auction? They want to just donate cash or hear more about the event. You want to kind of give us how to contact you?
Certainly. Again, the website is so long, so it's just, again, everything's done through social media. So you can go to my page, Joe Hatfield Farinelli, and I'll give you my cell phone number. I'm sure everyone won't, blow my phone up too much. 561-332-6052. Again, that number is 561-332-6052. And thanks so much, both of you, and of course the audience out there in the community that's helping to make this event great. And everyone comes out to fish for the cure.
God bless you, my friend. Wish you an awesome day. Carolyn, let me let you say goodbye, and we'll go to a break.
Absolutely, Joe. I'm sure we'll talk a lot of times tomorrow. So have a great Sunday off, and looking forward to seeing you again.
Wonderful. I'll see you down at the boat show. Have a great day.
You got it.
Host, Rascala Stevens. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
Do you need toner for your Epson, Hewlett-Packard, Canon, Brother, Apple, or Sharp printers? Look no further than Laser Technologies. In business for over 20 years, they offer the lowest prices on toner on the web. They can also repair your laser printers and toners fast and easy. Call their expert staff today at 561-792-9600 or email us at service@laser-technologies.com for all your toner needs. All toner is shipped nationwide. Why wait? Get the lowest prices on toner. Call or email us today.
Do you have an unusual pet? Did you know that the Rainforest Clinic in Loxahatchee specializes in exotic pets? They see pets that other vets don't. Parrots and chickens, ducks, geese, turtles, snakes, goats, pigs, lizards, and even monkeys. Are you a beekeeper? Dr. Clubb, the first of her kind in the area? Yes, she takes care of bees as well. Dr. Susan Clubb has decades of experience and known around the world for her reputation as a premier avian vet. Located at 3319 E Road in Loxahatchee, just a short distance north of Okeechobee Road, you will find a modern clinic with in-house labs, which allow you to get your test answers quickly. You can find them online at www.susanclubb.com. That's www.susanclubb.com. Or you can reach her at 561-795-4878. It's Dr. Susan Clubb. That's 561-795-4878. The Rainforest Clinic located in Loxahatchee. 561-795-4878.
GTG, BRB, OMW, be there in a few. You may think that these kinds of texts are fine because of their length, and you can easily send them at a stoplight. But no, answering one text can take your attention away from the road for 5 seconds. And traveling at 55 miles an hour, that's enough time to travel the length of a football field. Make good decisions, don't text and drive.
Have you ever heard of Audible? Audible is a website with hundreds of thousands of audiobooks. They're all high quality, easy to listen to, and best of all, if you take advantage of a special deal that we've worked out for you, you can get one for free. That's right, a free audiobook of your choice in any genre, simply by going to audibletrial.com/openeyes and signing up for the free trial. It's simple to do, and it would support the shows that we bring to you, and hey, you get a free book out of the whole thing. So why not take advantage of it today? Go to audibletrial.com/openeyes and sign up for the trial.
Everywhere you look, people are talking about CBD. That's why it's such an exciting time to experience HempWorks, the best-selling, most in-demand line of premium CBD oil and CBD products for your health and wellness. Founded by entrepreneur, executive, and business coach Janice Wagle, HempWorks premium quality standards can be found from the top down and across the organization. From hemp farms to clean extraction methods to safe bottling, every step in our production process is vetted, monitored, and traceable, literally from the ground up. Thanks to our unique tracking system on the side of every HempWorks CBD tincture, we can track each batch of CBD oil all the way back to the farm it came from, all to ensure that you are offering safe, effective, and high-grade CBD products.
For more information, go to mydailychoice.com/red pill. That's mydailychoice.com/red pill. And you'll find a whole variety of products available for you.
While other stations just talk a good game, we win it.
Hey, sounds like somebody's having a lot of fun. Fish until dawn. Oh my, I caught a shark. I'm fishing and blowing on. When the sun shines all day. And it's caught me a grouper. So I'm fishing and blowing on. Oh yeah. Fishing and blowing on.
Good morning from the Sunshine State. Broadcasting from Palm Beach County, it's the Fishing in Florida Show. Sundays from 8 to 10 a.m. on the WCET FM network. And now, here's your host, Riscala.
All right, we are back. It is the Fishing in Florida Show. Good morning. If you're just joining us, we will have archives set up. A big thank you to Marina Rock Radio, one of our affiliates. If you have the TuneIn app, that's one of the ways that you can find us, one of the ways you can tune us in. If you have the TuneIn app, go to Marina Rock Radio, and you'll find us there. Of course, every Sunday morning, 8 to 10 a.m. Another way you can listen to us, if you're on the web, you can go to www.wcetfm.com, and you'll find a player there. If you're on a Facebook, if you're a Facebook fanatic, you can go to Facebook, find us on Facebook, Fishing in Florida Show. Excuse me. Fishing in Florida Show, click on Contact Us, and that will get you on the live server. And while you're there, if you'd give us a like, that would be greatly appreciated, because that kind of keeps us in the relevancy when people are searching for us. The easiest of all the ways that I know of is you can download our app. Unfortunately, for Android only right now. So working on the Apple version, but right now it's Android only. Absolutely free, no catches. We're not going to hit you with adware, spyware. We're not going to use push notifications. We don't do any of that. It's just a way to listen to our network. And, of course, if you tune in at 8 o'clock on Sunday mornings, you'll have our show. So that's the easiest of all the ways to listen to us. This morning, I have Carolyn. Carolyn is with Atlas Trax. And if you want to love what you protect to the max, you got to talk to my friend over there at Atlas Trax. Miss Carolyn, welcome back.
Thank you so much, Riscala. I'm looking, finally the sun's peeking through the clouds. That's a good thing.
Yes, looking like a little better as we go on through the day. I don't think it's going to be ever going to get any better today for boating out there in the ocean, backwaters, and we got a lot of intercoastals, a lot of other places you can go fishing. Doesn't necessarily. I enjoy the ocean. My best and most favorite place is the ocean, but there's other places we can go. Anyway, let me welcome our next guest. Our next guest is Terrie. Terrie is a lady angler, and I wanted to invite her back. We had her on a while back, and very interesting young lady. She had some very nice pictures of fish that she had caught. Wanted her to come on and kind of share with us. Good morning, Miss Terrie.
Good morning. How are you guys?
Good morning, Terrie. I love all the pictures you sent. You posted up a 5-pack yesterday, I think.
Yes, I did. It was little thing that comes across the Facebook where you can try it out, and it's like post your 5 different species of fish that you caught. So I picked out the 5 that I like, enjoy catching, and put them on there. So yes, very interesting fish, every one of them. Different ways of catching them and all, but yes, I love it, love it, love it. And you was talking about the weather. It's rained here this morning, and we're hooked up and ready to go fishing, but we're having to look at the rain and the clouds and see what's going on, so with the wind.
Now, if all goes well, weather permitting, where do you plan on end up fishing?
We fish the North Florida Big Bend areas. And I think today we're thinking about going out of Spring Warrior in Perry, Florida.
Oh yes, I remember Perry quite well. I haven't been there in years. Are the paper mills down there in Perry? They still have paper mills there?
Yes, it sure is.
Yeah, that's a sight to behold.
Still there and running.
That's a sight to behold. And while you're holding, hold your nose.
You know what is so funny? Because I know you'll smell that smell, and you hear a lot of people around here whenever, they're smelling, it's like, oh my gosh, that stinks. And they're like, you know what that is? That's the smell of money. And it's just like, okay then.
Well,
yeah, I remember driving past there. That's and you can see the plants way off on the distance.
Yep.
But that's a real good way to analyze it.
It is. And foggy mornings, rainy mornings, and stuff like that. You know how it settles all that stuff more downward, and it can really smell.
Knock
but
your
yeah, they're
socks off.
still running. So.
Wow.
Yes.
That is an awesome area. Again, I haven't been there in years. Is it still kind of, I don't want to say deserted, but very kind of sort of isolated, or has a lot of more people showing up there now?
Around the Spring Warrior area, you got your days. It just depends on whenever you catch it and how many's going out of that area. But then you've also got, if you go out of Keaton, Steenahatchee, Horseshoe, you got Dark Island, you got them areas. Oh no, there's a lot of boaters that go out of them areas, most definitely. And even when you go the other way through Osceola and Icafini, some people fish Ben Holloway. So yeah, a lot of people. You can go on days where you wait to get in, or you can't find a place to park your trailer. But
so it has changed.
Keaton,
wow.
Keaton put on some new parking spaces, so that makes it a whole lot better, because that's a big area where a lot of people go out of.
And is it? I know when I was in Panama City, we had to go out typically it was every mile you went out was a foot. Is it about the same there too as well? If you want to go out in 20 feet of water, you got to go out in 20 miles.
Yeah, you go out. You have to go out further in this area to get offshore. Now, I'm sure there's some areas that you can hit. Like I know there's one place where they was talking about right outside of the markers of Keaton, not far past there, where there's one little hole where you can get and catch some snapper. But it's not like Panama City and them where you don't have to go that far at all when you're out there in them deeper waters. Here, you got to travel further.
Yeah.
Out,
yeah.
Miles out to get offshore. We mainly fish inshore. If it's a smooth, good day, we'll, go out a little bit further and all that. But we're basically more inshore fishermen, or like reds and trout, and like some of the pictures you've seen in my pictures that I put. You got triple tail in there. There's also cobia, and them are only migration. You have to wait for that time of the year for them to migrate back through, and you probably got like a 2 to 3 week, maybe 4 time frame to get out there and scout for them and find them and catch them. And that's fun.
Go ahead,
That's
Carolyn.
really fun.
No, I was going to ask, do you have any of these? I know you do the backcountry. Do you have any stripers or anything that come up through there, or they strictly stay out of that area?
No, I have not yet seen a striper in this area. We'll have snook that will move through. Personally, as many of the years I've been out there, I've never caught one. I had no people who have caught them, but they were too small and had to put back. And I know a charter out of Keaton last weekend, they actually caught a kingfish. And it was a nice one, and caught it on regular inshore tackle. And that's kind of, rare too. You'll catch them, but not like that. It was a very nice one. And I actually, and I'm going to say hung into, I did not catch one, about 150-pound tarpon, which is very unusual. Like 25 foot in front of our boat, it took my bait, and it just ran with it. And I just knew I was fixing to be, peeled out, and then it just stopped. And then it just came swooping back in front of the boat, and it came out the water twice, gave us a beautiful show, and snapped my line, which I knew that was going to happen because our poles was not set up for that type of a fish. But I don't know if all these storms has got them messed up and in different places or what.
Good point.
But that's never happened.
Good point.
That's never happened before.
Because I think they've had 4, if I'm not mistaken, 4 storms come through the Louisiana area, which is all in the basin. It's all in, it's like a big bowl between Texas and Florida. So it's, I'm sure it has an effect, that it has something to do with this these anomalies that are popping up.
I think it does. I think it's kind of got them misplaced, and they're just here and they're there, and like Jack Prevail, we don't catch them around this area, but every now and then, and I've caught a couple the past few times, which they're really good fish to put up a fight, and but I think it's just kind of got them kind of messed up because, like you said, there's been a lot of storms.
Gosh, man.
That has come through, and I hate it for all those in Louisiana where most of them has took a toll on where they hit. It's very heartbreaking.
I can't imagine. We in this area, I think it was in 2007 or somewhere near there, we had back-to-back hurricanes, and it was 2, and it was devastating. I can't imagine 4. Oh, my gosh. Yeah, prayers up for those people.
I know, and some of them, yeah, I'm sorry. A lot of them still, have not got their electricity, and it's just heartbreaking. It really is. And we was putting up a tournament, an online tournament for the Donkey app and the Rod and Reel Girl network, which Caroline, you're very familiar with Wanda. You are too, Riscata, with Wanda Stewart.
Oh yeah.
And we were we canceled the last one because we were doing it to having a couples, and we were doing it to raise money for a Pacific family in Louisiana who had lost everything, and take the proceeds to help them. And we had to put that off, and we're doing that. I believe it's like the week. I have to go and look at the dates. It's right there close to Thanksgiving, and we're going to try to do it again and get more people signed up for the tournament. So that way, the more people that signs up, the more money we can raise, and it can go to help them out over there who's in need, who's lost a lot of stuff. We don't know how grateful we are until you stand from the outside and look at those who are hurting. So,
sadly, I have been there myself. It's not a good part of life. I'll tell you, August 24th, 1992, I was living in South Florida, down in Cutler Ridge, and we had a hurricane come through, Hurricane Andrew, and literally destroyed neighborhoods. Hundreds and hundreds of homes. Took me, fortunately for me and my family, we weren't there when it came through. We were up in Orlando celebrating a wedding anniversary of all things, and we went back. It took us an hour and a half to find our home. That's how messed up things were. So I feel bad for them. Feel very bad. That's where I'm at today. Why I'm at where I'm at today. We had to move completely out of the area. There were so many people that had become lost their homes. A huge migration at that time northward, and we ended up 100 miles from where I originally was living a while back. Wow. Anyway, I wanted to ask you about why you're out there and you're fishing for all these fish. What kind of tackle are you using?
Well, it depends on the time of the year. It depends on the water temperature. And then, of course, you got your days where it depends where you'll throw whatever you can to get them to bite. A lot of times, a lot of stuff we like to use is, depending on the temperature, is like if you're going to use live bait, we use pinfish, the tails from them up under a popping cork. And a lot of tackle that I have actually been using here lately, and I absolutely love it. And I've been... on my birthday weekend, I caught my biggest trout that I've caught yet, and that's in that collage of pictures too. Was a 31.3 inches long, and I actually caught that on a K-Dean blazing shad roach on a Texas Rattler jig head. And that was just a thrill. Beautiful fish, absolutely beautiful. It didn't put up a fight. I thought it was about a 20-inch maybe trout, until we got it up there, and my husband was like, I think you need the net.
Wow.
Do what now, Caroline? I didn't hear you.
No, I was just listening to the story. And Terrie, I'm so glad you called in because I enjoy the photos that you post. And I was just enjoying the story.
Oh, okay, wonderful. Yeah, I love it. I love this show and everything. I love sharing stuff. But we'll use that. And there's different kinds that I'll use in that. But that's been I've caught, as a matter of fact, I caught my biggest redfish, which is in that collage too, and it was 34-point-something inches. And I also caught that on one of a Texas Rattler spoon. So just, we get out there and my husband will throw one thing and I'll throw one thing, and if they're both effective biting on that, then, we just go with it. Or let's just say he's tearing them up over there on what he's fishing with, and I'm doing nothing. Well, of course, I'm going to swap over there and start fishing the way he's fishing. So, I'll put on what he's fishing with, or vice versa. He does the same with me. Or we could be fishing with the same thing. and I could be over there tearing them up, and he's getting nothing. So he'll look over there at me and see how I'm fishing it, because sometimes you got to fish your bait, faster, slower.
Oh, yeah.
It just depends, like I said, on the water temperature. When them fish get cold, they get lethargic, and they don't want to put much energy into chasing it.
Mm-hmm.
So you want to go a little bit more slower with it. But, like, if they're on fire and they're hungry and they're trying to feed up, they're more aggressive and attacking it, and you want to go a little bit faster. So we're diverse. Well, we fish with live bait, cut bait, and artificial bait.
Wow.
But the artificial bait I've been using here lately has been awesome, and I've just been so proud of the fish that I've caught with them. So that's what I'm going to go with this morning.
Well, we're going to wish you tight lines.
We're
going to wish you tight lines and an awesome day, and hope that the weather is permissive for you to enjoy it all.
Oh, thank you. Me too. I really hope so. And Caroline, like I said, send me some links and stuff. I've been looking at your page and all. Like I said, I think you're an absolutely amazing woman. I admire you. Wanda also admires you. We all do. And just love everything that you got going on with the breast cancer and the benefits and stuff that you do. It's just awesome.
Thank you so much, Terrie, and I appreciate it. I'll send you links that you can share with your ladies up there in Louisiana. And, I keep telling Wanda I want to get up there and do some red fishing with her, and maybe the three of us can get together and do some real nice promotional stuff and help other women anglers get out there.
I love it.
Absolutely. I would love that. And I think, and all of us getting together and fishing, we were talking and was mentioning you and me and, Stacy and a few other women, Captain Deb down in Key Largo. Been talking with her, and we just kind of like maybe if we can all just get a weekend that we can maybe get together and meet up somewhere and just enjoy some weekend of fishing and promoting us women.
Hot dog. My kind of thing.
Absolutely. I'll do it.
All right, my friends.
I would love that.
Well, thank you, Miss Terrie. Greatly appreciate it. We are off onto a break, and we'll be looking to have you back on with updates here sometime in the future. God bless.
God bless, and thank you for inviting me back on. It's always a pleasure.
Show with your host, Scala Stevens. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
When it comes to parenting, there are no perfect answers. But that's okay, because you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Teens in foster care will love you just the same.
For more information on adoption, visit adoptuskids.org. A message from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
Thinking of moving? Before you do anything else, call Diane Whittick. She provides a concierge service. Things like having your home or condo packed and shipped. Even take care of your home repairs or upgrades. Diane has the expertise to get it done. As a seller, you will have constant contact. She will furnish you with bids on any services that might need completion. Air conditioning, plumbing, handyman, and even cleaning. Living up north and have a home to sell here in South Florida? Just give her the keys, address, and a signature. Your payment will be wired when the property is sold. That's right, Diane does it all. Thinking of buying? Diane has great listening skills. Tell her what you want, give her your budget, and like a genie, she will make your real estate wish come true. There's no regrets when you choose Diane Whittick. To reach Diane, call 561-247-5478. That's 561-247-5478.
Do you need toner for your Epson, Hewlett-Packard, Canon, Brother, Apple, or Sharp printers? Look no further than Laser Technologies. In business for over 20 years, they offer the lowest prices on toner on the web. They can also repair your laser printers and toners fast and easy. Call their expert staff today at 561-792-9600 or email us at service@laser-technologies.com for all your toner needs. All toner is shipped nationwide. Why wait? Get the lowest prices on toner. Call or email us today.
Do you have an unusual pet? Did you know that the Rainforest Clinic in Loxahatchee specializes in exotic pets? They see pets that other vets don't. Parrots and chickens, ducks, geese, turtles, snakes, goats, pigs, lizards, and even monkeys. Are you a beekeeper? Dr. Clubb, the first of her kind in the area? Yes, she takes care of bees as well. Dr. Susan Clubb has decades of experience and known around the world for her reputation as a premier avian vet. Located at 3319 E Road in Loxahatchee, just a short distance north of Okeechobee Road, you will find a modern clinic with in-house labs, which allow you to get your test answers quickly. You can find them online at www.susanclub.com. That's www.susanclubb.com. Or you can reach her at 561-795-4878. It's Dr. Susan Clubb. That's 561-795-4878. The Rainforest Clinic located in Loxahatchee. 561-795-4878.
Want to give your pet the celebrity treatment? Have you heard of Holly Wolf Pet Grooming and Care in Royal Palm Beach? They're located just off State Road 7 and have been servicing the area for 14 years. Holly Wolf Pet Grooming and Care is the home of the Blueberry Facial, also specializing in tartar removal with 8 years of assisting in dental procedures. Holly Wolf Pet Grooming and Care? They're more than just about dogs. They are the only experienced cat groomer in the area. They also cater to all breeds and sizes and open 6 days a week. Holly Wolf Pet Grooming and Care, located just north of the Super Walmart in Royal Palm Beach. You can find them at 250 Business Parkway. They specialize in shampoos with no extra charge. Flea and tick dips also available. Holly Wolf Pet Grooming and Care. You can give them a call at 561-793-9992. They also provide gift certificates for those looking for that special present. Holly Wolf Pet Grooming and Care. 561-793-9992. They're located in Royal Palm Beach. That number, 561-793-9992. Call for your appointment today.
This station is now the ultimate power in the universe.
We have ignition. Strap in. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I grab my fishing pole and cast it in the water. I fish until dawn. Oh my, I caught a shark. I'm fishing and blowing on when the sun shines all day. If they call me a grouper, so I'm fishing and blowing on. Oh yeah, fishing and blowing on.
Good morning from the Sunshine State. Broadcasting from Palm Beach County, it's the Fishing in Florida Show. Sundays from 8 to 10 a.m. on the WCET FM network. And now, here's your host, Riscala.
All right, we are back. It is the Fishing in Florida Show. Good morning if you're just joining us. We will have archives set up for you. Go to Fishing in Florida on our Facebook page, and you'll find the links there. Many different ways you can listen to us. Several different ways you can listen to us. If you're on the web, go to our website, www.wcetfm.com. If you're on Facebook, go to Fishing in Florida and click on Contact Us. The easiest way to listen to us is download our app. If you have an Android, you can download our app absolutely free. There's no ads. There's no pushware. There's no push notifications. There's no adware. I think the coffee's kicking in. My mouth is going faster than my brain can handle it. Oh, my goodness. That extra hour, I'll tell you what, what a deal that is. All right, let me welcome back my co-host, Carolyn. Carolyn is with Atlas Trax. If you want to protect what you love to the max, you got to talk to this young lady over at Atlas Trax. Welcome back.
Thank you. Excuse me. Thank you, Riscala. Both of us are a little bit throaty today, but I'm glad we had Terrie on. She's an amazing angler,
Yep.
and I hope we can put together a little ladies' trip. That would be great.
Yeah, well, speaking of ladies, here we have, I think this is who we have online. It's Pam Wirth. Pam is one of the top kayak anglers here in Florida. Welcome, Miss Pam. Good morning.
Good morning, Riscala. How are you guys doing today?
Hey, Pam. Happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday to you, too. Good to hear from you again. Man, I want to tell you, there was in Jacksonville 2 boats stolen, and I saw it on their Facebook and basically said, I know it's 2020 hindsight, but you really need to look into Atlas Trax.
There you go.
Oh, thank you so much, Pam. It's so, right now people are stealing boats. I had 2 people call me with stolen electronics over the last couple of days. It's sad that people are that bold to go in and take something that big.
Yeah, that's terrible. It's terrible. But the fishing's been good, except for today. We have a slow start today. I think it's because it's cold.
Well,
At least I'm cold. I'm up in the Big Bend, Hatchie area. I'm fishing with one of my top native anglers, Keith Morrison. So we're out here trying to look for redfish and trout.
Hot dog. The guest that we had on. Go ahead, Carolyn.
I was going to say, we have a guest that was on from Seahag Marina up there in Steenhatchee, which is a great little old school Florida camp with cottages and swimming pools.
Yep. I've stayed there. Matter of fact, Manny has her eggnog tournament in December, which is boat and kayak. It's a great big fundraiser for CCA Youth Scholarship. I think it's December 17th, maybe. But anyhow, I'm staying at Seahag. I stayed with them last year, too, and when with the IFA, kind of stayed up here with them. I love that place. Their cabins are so cool. Everybody is so friendly. This is what I grew up with, the Okeechobee Old South hospitality. It couldn't be better.
Wow. I can tell you that.
He's out fishing me today.
Now, if that's the Manny I'm thinking of, we've had her on the show. She does a tournament to benefit somebody. Is that the same lady I'm thinking of?
Yep, that's Manny. I introduced you to Manny.
Yes.
Does
Okay.
Manny also do the fingerless gloves? Is that her?
Does the what?
She does the gloves.
There's one girl we had on that did fishing gloves for women. Like she actually sews her own
Yes,
fingerless
that's Manny.
gloves. For...
That's Manny.
Oh,
Yeah.
we had her on,
Tailing
absolutely.
Toad.
Yeah.
Tailing Toad.
Hot dog. Well, make sure that
She's a great person. She's real sweet.
Make sure she knows we all said hi.
Louisiana was a blast. Louisiana was so much fun. I went out there originally for the IFA championship, which ended up getting called off because of Zeta. 4 tournaments have been called off that I'm supposed to fish in this year, not because of storms, but because of hurricanes.
Wow.
Looks like we have a good storm behind us, too.
And they've been...
But, yeah. But the
So,
fishing
Pam,
was
I have a question for you, Pam. Last time we had you on, you were sitting somewhere in Louisiana and you were trying to decide to go to Texas to a tournament or back to Florida and fish in Cape Canaveral. Which one did you choose?
I headed east, went down Jacksonville, talked to a couple friends, and they said the fishing was bad. Kept going and ended up in New Smyrna, where fished with Captain X, Xavier. God bless him. His last name is so long and it's all syllable. It's all consonants. But I'll call you back later so you can have it. But we ended up catching 7 bull reds in less than 3 hours, and they were monsters.
Wow. Oh my gosh!
So this because the tournament got canceled. So this was the replacement championship. Okay, so head back up to Louisiana. This hurricane is just a depression. They think it's going to go to Mexico. Oh no. Oh, maybe it'll go to Texas. Oh no. It literally went over the top of Grand Isle.
Wow.
First one to the direct hit, in years and years. But so anyhow, I headed back home again. But beforehand, on Monday, went out with Joe Camato. He makes jigs, and within an hour and a half, I think it was, I had 3 big red bowls with my best being 42. He had 4 red bowls with his best being 45. And then we went back in the marshes to go catch, legal size reds and trout. And he ended up with almost a 23-inch trout. And for Louisiana, that is a monster trout. So we had a blast. But he left that night. And then I needed some sleep because I'd only had like about 3 hours and 24 hours. So I stayed at Bridgeside Marina there and then took off at 2 a.m. on Tuesday morning. And the hurricane came in Wednesday.
Wow.
Wow.
Those people have been...
If you need a storm or bad weather, just invite me to your tournament. Invite me to fish or invite me to your tournament. And I guarantee it's going to be windy or rainy or cold or all 3 of them.
They're following Pam is what it is. Pam has that magnetic...
I can't wait for 2020 to be over.
Oh, really?
I just seriously cannot wait.
You and the population of the world.
Yeah. This has been the craziest world.
Oh, my
But
gosh.
on your coast, I've been talking to kayakers, and they've been killing it. They've been getting monster mutton snapper, wahoo from a kayak, kingfish, dolphin or mai have been running. It's been really great over there. And in Tampa Bay, the redfish have been really nice because they put the ban on it. And also they're getting a lot of gag grouper, and those are inshore grouper in sometimes 12 feet of water or smaller or shallower.
Wow.
And on Arties, pulling grubs and, rapala, low divers, 20-foot diver rapalas, and just doing really, really well.
Wow, that's awesome.
Now,
Yeah, I haven't been gag fishing lately, but as soon as we get somewhat decent weather, then I'm going to go back out and get a few grouper because they're yummy.
are you seeing Terrie, who was on before you, brought up a good point. We've had so many storms in this area, and I say this area, meaning the greater, I call it the bowl between Texas and Florida. 4 hurricanes have come through there. Are you seeing unusual fish coming in?
On our coast, yeah. The Gulf Coast usually isn't known for sailfish in Maui, and more boats are coming with sails or spotting sails and releasing them and coming in with dolphin. Sorry, I grew up calling them dolphin. I have porpoise and dolphin, but coming in with dolphin, and it's been a great bite for them.
Now that's not normal, right? Or is it? Maybe normal isn't the right word.
It's normal if you go out 150 miles, but if you're only going, this coast stays flat. We're probably 2 miles out from the coast, and we're in 1.5 feet of water. Yeah, wow. I'm not joking. Wow. But when they're going out a little bit deeper, they are catching them, 20 miles off the coast, which is close for the Tampa Bay area.
Yeah. I was saying that to Terrie. It seemed like if you want to go out 20 feet, you have to go out 20 miles. It's like a foot a mile.
Yeah, you're right. In the Gulf Coast, it's kind of like that, a foot per mile.
Wow.
So what are you doing today? Are you fishing? Are you fun fishing today, Pam? Are you fun fishing or are you tournament fishing today?
No, I'm fun fishing. I'm supposed to be pre-fishing for a tournament in Mount Lachey, which is Cape Coral, Fort Myers area. But I was there for a day and a half, and basically I caught a bunch of catfish. So do you see everything going on over there? I was invited to fish with Keith, so I decided to go north and fish with him. At least we're not catching catfish. We've got some nice trout. I got a monster lizardfish, biggest lizardfish we'd ever seen.
Wow.
Hit a spoon.
Wow. That's crazy.
Keith just said he thinks it was at least 20 inches. And usually they're like 12 inches.
So what's the temperature up where you are? Because you're northwest right now.
Yeah.
Yes. When I left Tampa, it was 74 degrees. When I got to Steinhatchee, it was 64 degrees.
Oh, wow.
And blowing. Yeah, it looks like rain coming in.
Yeah, I don't like the blowing part.
But we're going to fish through it. I don't see any lightning.
Cool. Well, I wish you an awesome day, Miss Pam. Anything else you want to share with us before you go?
No, I just appreciate you inviting me on, and good luck to both of you. We need to get you out. Also, we need to go down and go fish with our cowboy. She's promised us a trip, and we need to go collect.
I think we should. You swing down 95, get off in Deerfield Beach, and we'll road trip down and crash around our 33 Hydrosport.
There you go. We should all go out. We'd have a blast.
Oh, fish, watch out.
We'll tape a show. We'll do it by phone. We'll tape a show from the boat.
There you go.
And I'll tell you what, Pam, I've got a free night at Ocean Reef that I won in a raffle a couple of years ago. I think they probably let me still use it. So we have a place to flop for free if we need to.
Fantastic. Oh, I think this is getting better.
See, that's called...
Yeah, we should do a destination fish and invite everybody who listens to come join us, too. That would be fun.
That's called utilizing your resources. Right, Carolyn? That's utilizing your resources.
Yes, absolutely. I say we do it. I say as soon as things lighten up a little bit more, let's do it. Either we go crash the cowboy or we head east to the Bahamas.
There you go.
That sounds great.
Wow.
I'm there. You got me.
All right.
I'm going to let you guys go. I think we're going to run and try to dodge a storm because it's getting closer and it's getting darker. So I'm going to let you go, and thank you again. Blessings to everybody.
And God bless you, and make sure you say hi to Manny for us, and be safe out there.
I will do that. I'll get back with you with her phone number if you don't have it again, okay?
I'd love to get it. Absolutely. I want to get some product from her, and I'll tell my friends at Steinhatchee that you'll be staying with them.
Okay.
Cool.
Take care. Love you guys.
All right. Love you back, my dear. Be well and be safe out there. All right. That's Pam Wirth, and she's one of the top female kayak anglers here in Florida. She's all over the place. Today she's up in the panhandle of Florida, and that's where Terrie was, or where Terrie's planning on going anyway. into the Panhandle. Not the Panhandle. What? The right at the curvature there. I can't think of the right name. Anyway, we're going to take a break, and we'll be right back. You're listening to the Fishing in Florida show with Carolyn and Riscala. Here we go.
You're listening to the Fishing in Florida show with your host, Riscala Stevens. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
When it comes to parenting, there are no perfect answers. But that's okay, because you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Teens in foster care will love you just the same.
For more information on adoption, visit adoptuskids.org. A message from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
Thinking of moving? Before you do anything else, call Diane Whittick. She provides a concierge service. Things like having your home or condo packed and shipped. Even take care of your home repairs or upgrades. Diane has the expertise to get it done. As a seller, you will have constant contact. She will furnish you with bids on any services that might need completion. Air conditioning, plumbing, handyman, and even cleaning. Living up north and have a home to sell here in South Florida? Just give her the keys, address, and a signature. Your payment will be wired when the property is sold. That's right, Diane does it all. Thinking of buying? Diane has great listening skills. Tell her what you want, give her your budget, and like a genie, she will make your real estate wish come true. There's no regrets when you choose Diane Whittick. To reach Diane, call 561-247-5478. That's 561-247-5478.
Do you need toner for your Epson, Hewlett-Packard, Canon, Brother, Apple, or Sharp printers? Look no further than Laser Technologies. In business for over 20 years, they offer the lowest prices on toner on the web. They can also repair your laser printers and toners fast and easy. Call their expert staff today at 561-792-9600 or email us at service@laser-technologies.com for all your toner needs. All toner is shipped nationwide. Why wait? Get the lowest prices on toner. Call or email us today.
Do you have an unusual pet? Did you know that the Rainforest Clinic in Loxahatchee specializes in exotic pets? They see pets that other vets don't. Parrots and chickens, ducks, geese, turtles, snakes, goats, pigs, lizards, and even monkeys. Are you a beekeeper? Dr. Clubb, the first of her kind in the area? Yes, she takes care of bees as well. Dr. Susan Clubb has decades of experience and known around the world for her reputation as a premier avian vet. Located at 3319 E Road in Loxahatchee, just a short distance north of Okeechobee Road, you will find a modern clinic with in-house labs, which allow you to get your test answers quickly. You can find them online at www.susanclub.com. That's www.susanclubb.com. Or you can reach her at 561-795-4878. It's Dr. Susan Clubb. That's 561-795-4878. The Rainforest Clinic located in Loxahatchee. 561-795-4878.
Everywhere you look, people are talking about CBD. That's why it's such an exciting time to experience HempWorks, the best-selling, most in-demand line of premium CBD oil and CBD products for your health and wellness. Founded by entrepreneur, executive, and business coach Janice Wagle, HempWorks premium quality standards can be found from the top down and across the organization. From hemp farms to clean extraction methods to safe bottling, every step in our production process is vetted, monitored, and traceable, literally from the ground up. Thanks to our unique tracking system on the side of every HempWorks CBD tincture, we can track each batch of CBD oil all the way back to the farm it came from, all to ensure that you are offering safe, effective, and high-grade CBD products.
For more information, go to mydailychoice.com/red pill. That's mydailychoice.com/red pill. And you'll find a whole variety of products available for you.
This station is now the ultimate power in the universe.
We have ignition. Strap in. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I grab my fishing pole and cast it in the water. I fish until dawn. Oh my, I caught a shark. I'm fishing it for it all.
Good morning from the Sunshine State. Broadcasting from Palm Beach County, it's the Fishing in Florida Show. Sundays from 8 to 10 a.m. on the WCET FM network. And now, here's your host, Riscala.
All right, we are back. It is the Fishing in Florida Show. Good morning to you if you're just joining us. There's several different ways you can listen to us. The easiest of all of those is if you have an Android, download our app absolutely free. There's no adware, there's no spyware, there's no push notifications. It is the easiest way to listen to us. You can find it on the major stores, whether it's Google or Apple Store. Look up WCET FM, and you'll find it there. Another easy way to listen to us, if you're on the web, go to www.wcetfm.com. You will have a player there and a wide variety of activities that you will find there as well. If you're on Facebook, you can go to our Facebook page, Fishing in Florida, and click on Contact Us, and that will get you on our live server. This morning, I have Carolyn with Atlas Trax. If you want to protect what you love to the max, you got to talk to my friend over there at Atlas Trax. Welcome back, Miss Carolyn.
Thanks, Riscala, for having me. You know I like calling in every Sunday.
I appreciate you so much for taking time. You and another one that just hooked up here, I think she's on the line with us now. That's Angelia, also known as the Florida Salty Cowgirl. She is so generous with her time. Sunday morning she comes in, gives us the fishing report from the Keys, and lets us know what's happening down there. Good morning, Miss Angelia.
Good morning. How's everybody doing today?
Great, Angelia. What's the weather like down there in Key Largo?
Well, today it's pretty, but we've got some crazy, crazy wind coming in this week, and I mean crazy, crazy wind. So the forecast keeps moving on us a little bit, but we are for sure this week going to get some days that we're not going to be able to touch the water. So thank goodness I took advantage and went out fishing last week. Yay! But today's absolutely gorgeous. And last week I did make it out fishing finally. Thank you, guys. And we didn't really go offshore very much. We stayed up on the reef, but the fishing was fantastic. The mangrove snapper were coming in thick and big and beautiful. One big giant mutton snapper, which nobody will ever complain about that. And the grouper are coming in like mad. So that's kind of fun to see. You know, usually once grouper season is on, they get like a little memo that tells them not to bite the hook anymore, you know. But the groupers seem to be biting really, really nice, which is nice to see down here. And, yeah, the fishing's just been fine. My buddy with the sail fishing boat next to the head boat, he came in, he had caught 6 sailfish last Thursday.
Wow.
So the sailfish are definitely here, guys.
Wow. Go ahead, Carolyn.
Yeah, and
I hate to even ask, but was there anything that
I know it's coming.
Mahi? You know what? I have almost just given up this year. I know that there are still some people out there cherry picking some really, really nice size ones, and I mean like 20+ pounders. And yes, I have just almost given up this year. The mahi and I did not see eye to eye this year.
Oh man!
But you know what? There's always next year, and there's still some sitting around. You know, there's still cherry picking them, so it's not like it's out of the question. But no, my mahi success was not on this year at all.
Oh god! As soon as I heard her say, "I hate to ask," I knew it was coming.
Oh, me too. Me too.
Yeah,
me
absolutely.
Too.
And
I was going to say, I think I wore out my mahi karma over the last 3 or 4 years.
Oh, Lord. How funny is that?
Yeah, but you traded up with some amazing replacements from your dolphin to the wildlife you've seen and reported to us.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. You know, I couldn't be happier because I do get the benefit of enjoying both worlds down here because the bay side of our islands and the ocean side of our islands are completely different. I mean, 2 completely different worlds. So I'm extremely blessed to be able to experience both of them. I've gotten to know Bayside better than I ever did before, and it's absolutely beautiful back up in the Everglades National Park. And I keep telling you guys this, but the dolphins are mating, and they're out there in thick numbers. The manatee are migrating back. And then I get over to Oceanside a couple times a week with the crystal clear reef and the sailfishers out there and get to snorkel the reef and do some fishing out there. So I absolutely get the best of both worlds down here. And I'm extremely blessed in that regard. But it's just been beautiful. It's absolutely there's no shortage of wildlife down here, guys.
One of the fish that
we had Pam Wirth on her before you, and she and I just threatened to come down and kidnap you and take you fishing.
That would work for me. Absolutely. It's perfect time of year. Perfect time of year.
You know, I wanted to ask you about one of the fish that I've always had a difficult time focusing on is the grouper. I would end up hooking one, and if I was fortunate enough to hook him, if I didn't respond quick enough, he'd end up under a rock in the little caves that they have. So how are you so successful in doing this?
You know, the grouper are quite tricky, but I have an unfair advantage because I started my whole fishing career off of the central west coast of Florida, off of Clearwater Beach. And if anybody knows anything about the Gulf, it's a lot of grunts and grouper trips. And I got very, very, very skilled at catching those darn grouper, which are plentiful off that central Gulf coast. And yeah, if you don't, they'll come out of a rock. They love to be up in holes. So they'll come out of that hole, snatch your bait, and go right back in that hole. And it'll break your line off. They'll give you all kinds of hell. I was very set in my ways on how I grouper fished in the Gulf Coast too. So when I came down here, I tried all of my same techniques that I used in the Gulf, and I was very unsuccessful. So I actually had to switch my thinking up a little bit because I love to grouper fish. And down here, whereas up in the Gulf Coast, you can use any kind of cut sardines or cut bait. You can use squid. They'll bite on just about anything. Down here, the grouper are not nearly as plentiful. And I have found that if I don't use live bait, I'm extremely unsuccessful. I prefer to use live pilchards if they're available. But yeah, they are sneaky as heck. It's the minute they hit that line, you've got to get a few cranks on it really, really fast, or else they will what we call rock up on you. They'll break your line off on the rock that they're under, or you just sit there and play with them forever, and it's maddening. They also do a weird little thing that I call laying on the bait. You'll feel like pressure on your bait. It's not like little peck, peck, pecks like a snapper would do, but you'll feel that the line just get heavy. They just kind of lay on that bait. It's like they're playing with it to see if it's going to be good or not, you know? And it's a really weird thing. And down here, like in the Gulf Coast, you catch a lot of black grouper, a lot of gags, a lot of scamps. And that's usually what people prefer over the red grouper. Down here, the red grouper is way more plentiful, but I've been seeing blacks and gags coming up, and that's because that's unusual for me down here. But hey, I'm going to take it. I'm definitely going to take it. But yeah, it's just a little bit different techniques. The fishery is different down here. So I kind of had to fine tune a different technique. You get used to using live bait. And, I think I just have a knack for those babies.
What is a typical setup if you're going to go fishing for grouper? Do you do the sinker above the bait, or do you do the sinker down near the bait?
No, I absolutely. My favorite bottom rig for grouper would be something like a 40-pound test on your line. Use a conventional reel, just a bottom fish. I put the lead above my leader, and then I do about a 3 or 4 foot leader, whatever I'm comfortable with that day, depending on what kind of bait I'm using. And that way, once that lead hits the bottom, I give it a couple cranks up, and there you go. You're sitting there waiting on the grouper to bite. But it's a very, very simple. I usually do my leader a little bit heavier too. So if I have 40-pound test on my reel, I'll use a 60-pound leader. But yeah, it's a very simple rig. I prefer about an 8-ounce egg sinker weight. It seems to get to the bottom real fast, even if you've got a little current. But we're catching them in 25 foot of water down here right now. So pretty insane, huh?
What kind of line are you using?
That Andy line seems to be very, very affordable, and it seems to work well for me. So I use a lot of that line. I have a weird thing about using pink line because as you go down in the water column, you actually lose colors. Anybody who's used to scuba diving is aware of that.
Really?
And red is the first. Yeah, as you go down in the water column, you lose colors. That's why when you get real deep in your wreck diving, you want to take a flashlight, because the minute you shine a light on things, all the colors pop out again. When you
I never knew that.
start losing that color spectrum. Yeah, the first color that you lose in the color spectrum going down in the water is red. So I have a thing about using pink line. I think the fish can't see it if I use pink line. But then again, I pretty much use pink everything. So
if you go down on a sunny day, and it's just snorkeling, for example, it doesn't happen when you're snorkeling. You have to go down deeper.
Not at all. Yes,
okay.
sir. Once you go down deep and you start getting into darker water, you absolutely start losing colors. And the deeper you go, the more colors you lose. The first color that you do lose is red. It's really interesting.
Is it because of lack of sunlight? I think that's it.
I do believe so, yes. Yeah. I believe the farther you go down the water column, the less sunlight you get, the less bright the colors are, the more colors kind of disappear. And like I said, I'm sure you've seen videos of people scuba diving at nice depths, 60, 80, 100 feet, and they're carrying flashlights. It just lights everything up. You can put a flashlight on a reef down at 60 feet, and where you saw no colors before, now everything's kind of glowing for you.
Wow.
So it's a really interesting concept. Read up on it. It's really interesting.
I never
because
realized
of
that.
Because of losing the color red first in the water column, I have a little thing about using pink line. I figure that if that's correct, then that pink line should probably disappear and be almost transparent once it gets about 10 or 20 feet under the water. And I'm just guessing, but that's my school of thought.
That's a great idea.
Wow.
Yeah,
I like the concept.
My little weird school of thought, but I've kind of stuck with it through the years, and it works. So I always say, if it ain't broken, don't fix it.
There you go. I use that all the time. Amen. I'm right with you there. My goodness. Well, we're running out of time rapidly here, so I want to give you a couple of seconds. If people want to, for those of you who are new listeners and you're not familiar with the Florida Salty Cowgirl, she also happens to be a professional guide, a captain, licensed, insured. People want to reach you. How do they do that?
Everyone can reach me on social media. If you look up Florida Salty Cowgirl on Instagram or Facebook, you're going to find me. And if you would like to get a hold of me quickly, please send me a text on my personal cell phone. Number is 813-610-0078. Not only is it the best and my favorite time of year down here to fish, but I'm running a group out to the reef to snorkel today before these winds pick up. So
cool.
if you want to go snorkeling, if you want to go fishing, definitely hit me up. I'd love to take you.
Well, we have gale force winds coming, or we have gale force warnings, I think is what it is up here. So
we definitely do. The next couple of days are going to be dicey.
And ours are supposed to be up until tomorrow evening, I think, and then they're going to look at renewing it or not. But we're at least up until tomorrow evening. We're going to be having some wicked stuff going on. So just be careful down there. I know you are. You're a safe lady. Let Carolyn say goodbye to you. Thank you, Miss Angelia. Greatly appreciate it, and wish you an awesome, awesome day, my friend.
Thank you so much, guys.
Girl, be safe, tight lines, and we can't wait to talk to you again next week. Check in during the week if you need me for something.
You got it, and I'd love to see you and Pam down here fishing with me. So.
Oh, love to.
I think that'll be awesome. Yeah. Watch out, fish. If they three of them get together, you better be careful.
Triple threat there.
Yeah, you got it.
God bless you, my dear. I wish you an awesome day. We'll talk to you next week.
Thank you so much.
All right, Miss Carolyn, we're running out of time. Anything else you want to share with us before we go?
No, I might be throwing my line out on the dock here. I can't take it anymore, so I think I'm going to head outside.
I envy you.
A woman after my own heart.
There you go.
Oh, there you go, Ange.
Well, thank you, Carolyn, for being the co-host this morning and sharing with us. I greatly appreciate it, and we'll be back in a week, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be looking for us then. Wish you an awesome week. Be safe out there.
Tight lines.
Tight lines, everybody.
Tight lines, everybody.
Let's go. Don't forget your bikini. I wake up